Kyle Busch docked $5,000 in a fine, as well as Jameis Winston, should he be the starter for the Saints this season. And NASCAR delaying the schedule yet again. Is this just all of it and more? Is this just gonna be the new thing? And is NASCAR running out of time to make these scheduled things happen that they really want to get done? And we'll finish off the show today with looking at what's trending in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cam's Take. Opinion part of this YouTube channel. It is called Cam's Take. As you can tell, we are not in normal studio. We are behind the scenes where the magic happens on the channel. The set's literally right here, but we are still behind the scenes, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that we normally. I'm channeling my inner sports debate show host, my inner Skip Bayless, my inner Stephen A. Smith, my inner Shannon, and I'm getting that here. And I'm going to do it without a debate partner, though. I'm just going to put my opinion out there, not going to put the facts, just the opinion. We have three pretty awesome stuff to get to today, including about what's trending. So first and foremost, let's get into my opening statement. And today's opening statement is all about Kyle Busch being docked 50,000 points from what happened at Darlington. Oh man, is this a blow to him? I mean, $50,000 to a multi-millionaire, right? But Kyle Busch kind of overstepped the line here. I think we can all agree. Personally, as a Kyle Busch fan, I can agree that he stepped the line a little bit. He went a little too far than what he probably had to do. He definitely did not need to run into those cones and put pedestrians scrambling to find safety. Now, I'm sure he wouldn't run them over, but still, he didn't need to bring pedestrians astray and put pedestrians a little worried there. And sometime one of them was one of Bubba Wallace's teams. NASCAR found this very much against the rules, and I think they drew the line in the sand, and they drew the line where it needed to be, and they docked him 50,000 points. I have no problem with this. This should be done. You need to set the precedent for your other drivers about this. And Kyle Busch also came out and had some strong words to say, not necessarily about NASCAR, but of course afterwards we heard a little bit about displeasure towards the next gen car. I'm sure that didn't help his chances of not getting a fine. But look, Kyle Busch is a very vocal guy, and for the last few years, his knowledge, his ability to just let things go off of the fly is gone. Kyle Busch is no longer able to just say, hey, that's it. I'm over with this. I'm going to let it go. He's not like that anymore as he used to be. He just doesn't let something go. And, in the past, he's gotten better. He's gotten better at just saying, I just got to take a little bit of a break here. I just got to chill out a little bit. But still, he needs to understand that there's so much going on that for him to getting back to his older ways of acting childish on the racetrack needs to stop. But let's look at it. The enemy, he got booed today. But who's the most popular person in any movie? The villain or the hero? Who's the most in Star Wars? Darth Vader is one of the most popular characters. In Batman, who plots a plan? Who plots to do something? Who do people like? And that's the Joker. It's the villain. Is Kyle Busch playing the villain role in NASCAR? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about my opening statement there. Always. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel to see more of Cam Take. Mac Jones was not surprised to win the starting job over his quarterback, former quarterback of the New England Patriots, Cam Newton, which Cam Newton led the Patriots to miss the playoffs. He's an unvaccinated player, and he got COVID-19 last year. As well as that, he was not very good at playing the game. So those are 4 reasons why I would have cut him. And probably number 5 was Cam Newton said, I don't want to be on this team anymore, and I cut him. If you missed that, we made a breaking news video on that. But Mac Jones was not surprised that he got cut, that Cam Newton got cut. Actually, Phil Perry, a local around here who reports very good stuff, said, was Mac Jones surprised he was named the starter? This is what Phil Perry tweeted. Not really. Like I always say, I prepare to be the starter. Nothing really changes. Trying to be a good teammate, quote unquote, for Mac Jones. And Phil Perry put in a little quotation marks here. Mac Jones is asked, another question here where he says, it's tough to see teammates get cut. The title itself doesn't mean much. The label is the label, and you got to go out there and produce. This is what it comes down to. Mac Jones, not worried. He seems like a calm quarterback. This is what the Patriots need. A calm, collected quarterback who's going to go out there and do exactly what he needs to do each and every week. Now, would I prefer to have someone, even though Cam Newton's not the best, would I prefer to have a Cam Newton over a Brian Hoyer behind Mac Jones? Yes, I would prefer to have Cam Newton behind Mac Jones than a Brian Hoyer. But still, it's something there. It's something to be a part, to see there. And I think Mac Jones is going to be a good quarterback. Drafted 15th overall. Let's not get that out of our heads. So we got to keep listening to this. We got to keep following this. Mac Jones, is he the next guy? Is he the next Patriots guy? I'm hating the narrative, though, that he's the next Tom Brady. I hate that narrative because I don't think he's the next Tom Brady. I definitely don't think he's the next Tom Brady, but I think he's a good competitor, and he's got a chance, and we'll see what he can do. Is Mac Jones going to be able to deliver, or is he going to crumble under the pressure? We'll find out. We'll find out what Mac does there. I don't know yet. I don't know what Mac Jones is going to do. Who knows? We'll find out. Now, is Jameis Winston fit enough to be the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints? I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's fit enough to be the quarterback. But if I was the coach, I wouldn't have put him in. Look we had Hill in the game last year. We had Hill working our offense last year when Drew was out. Taysom Hill is the guy. He's the guy from New Orleans. And I know this news is late, but Jameis Winston is not the guy for New Orleans. I don't care what you say. I really don't care what you say. Jameis Winston, number 1, is not. Let's just pull this back. He doesn't have the best arm in the world, and I guess that's just my opinion. He has guys like Alvin Kamara. He's got guys around him that are extremely good, but he does not have the best arm in the world. Let's not get past that. He is not the most skilled, talented quarterback in the world. All right, he's a quarterback. He's a quarterback, but he's not skilled enough as I think Hill is. Hill brings you a level of the offense that Winston doesn't, and that's just my opinion. If I was Sean Payton, I would not have Jameis Winston starting week 1. I would have Taysom Hill start in week 1 because we know what Hill's about. We saw him last season. We watched him last season. We watched what he was able to do. We know that he's a capable quarterback. We saw it. We saw him win games for the Saints. Bring the Saints into the playoffs. Give them a chance because Drew Brees wasn't there for a few weeks, and either was Jameis Winston. It wasn't Winston leading this team to the playoffs. It wasn't Winston leading this team further and further along and winning games for them. It was Hill. Hill was the guy. And why are we just letting a guy that helped the team, helped the Saints, develop last season into a playoff team, we're just letting him be backup number 1? No, he should be QB starter number 1 because he was your guy. He was your team. He was the one that led you to a chance at the playoffs last year. Now, did he play? He probably played 3, 4, 5 games and probably won 3 of the 5, I would assume, maybe more. He was there. He was good. He shows skill. Now, does he have his flaws? Of course, every quarterback has their flaws. Is his running game the most impressive thing? No, he's built like a tight end. He's played tight end. His running game's not going to be the best. But you know what is good? His arm. And I think he has a significantly better arm than Winston. But that said, it was a fair quarterback competition apparently. Jameis Winston is going to be the guy. Can he deliver for the Saints? And if he cannot, I think that Hill is going to be QB number 1. I think he should be QB number 1 to start, but I think he will flood into quarterback spot number 1 once they kind of shut the door on the whole Winston experience. But maybe Winston will be good, but I think Hill is better. Now let's move on to the next thing. NASCAR. Is they just sitting on the schedules in too long? NASCAR reported just today as we're recording that they are going to have the schedule out by next week. Stay tuned for schedule reaction from this set. But still, even with them burning out the schedule, are they too late to the party? Because we have ideas like the LA Coliseum is going to take the Clash role. And guys, I'm not the fan of the LA Coliseum taking over the NASCAR Clash. The NASCAR Clash for years and decades, and probably 2, maybe 3, it's been there for at least a decade. We've ran the Clash at Daytona. And just 2 years ago, we decided to go to the road course configuration and run the Clash on the road course, a non-points paying race on the road course. Fine. An expedition race on a road course, but it's still at the historic Daytona, which we will race at for the Daytona 500. That is something there, right? But what I'm not the biggest fan of, and I'm not a big fan, is getting away from Daytona for the Clash. Trying to test other markets for a track that the Clash, the Daytona Clash, the Clash at Daytona, the Crash, as some people called it. It was significant because it was at Daytona. It gave 20 drivers the chance, 20 good drivers that qualified, the chance to practice Daytona for when they go to actual Daytona. Those 20 drivers had to step on the other guys because they had an advantage. It was a track and a race that so many people enjoyed. The Clash at Daytona. It is not a bad race. It is significantly good, and it brings a good product to the stage. But with that said, NASCAR is moving to race at the LA Coliseum. Now there's a few benefits to this, but my main concern is that I want the Clash to be at Daytona. As much as I do not want it to be at the Daytona road course, I want it to be in the big oval. Teams don't want to do that anymore. It costs too much money for them. It's just too much work for them to put a track like that on the main circuit. You know, it just costs too much money. We're probably never going to see it again. But in my opinion, we should still see the teams and drivers think, all right, let's keep it at Daytona though. Let's at least keep it at Daytona. But they're thinking about moving it to the LA Coliseum, which here's the number one benefit. It's in the dead week of entertainment. It's the week in between the Super Bowl and the AFC and NFC championship games. It's that dead week. You're not going to be competing against the National Football League. Now, the Super Bowl is going to be pretty close to the Daytona 500, so that's going to be an issue. But look, here's my thing, and we'll take it or leave it. I don't care. The Clash should be at Daytona. Even though LA is a market that NASCAR number 1 has not even experienced with yet. They've experienced at Auto Club, which is in California, but they have not experienced a market in LA. An expedition race is a perfect way to do it, but can we not do it on the Clash? I'm sure the teams don't want to travel from point A to point B to go to the LA Coliseum. I don't know, but NASCAR wants to do it. And the schedule thing, I don't think they're running out of time. I just think they're running out of time with that. Alright guys, that's it for my spiel. It is time to go into closing call, and this week's closing call is what is the trending thing? What is trending in sports this week? The number 1 most trending thing in sports this week is Yankees legend, Hall of Fame inductee. He said in his speech, "Thank you so much to all the baseball writers, all but the one of you who voted for me." That was Derek Jeter. So, yeah, Hall of Fame inductee. Good for him. Guy has a great career going for him. And that is what is trending today. on sports. That's it for me. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you back here on Monday. Enjoy the weekend. And this is the first edition of Cam's Take. You like it? Like what you see? Hit that like button, subscribe. We'll be back on Monday with a more formal video. Till then, I'll see you later. Peace out, and don't forget to make your take.